Hello and welcome to another episode of Bare Bones Wargaming, a show with no bells, no whistles, no frills, just a man, a camera, and his game. On this episode, we are going to be looking at, very quickly, an unboxing here, a game that literally appeared on my doorstep, let's see, about 3 hours ago almost. I'm not big into World War I, so to speak, but one of the battles that's always fascinated me has been the Battle of Verdun. I read The Price of Glory by Alistair Horn when I was a very young man. Still remember the story about the pigeon that always has stuck in my mind for that particular contest. So that is the game we're going to be looking at here today and unboxing here today. I did the Kickstarter on this, and like I said, it literally just showed up. So the Bloodbath, as one of the first books I ever read on World War I, Lewis L. Snyder's book, described Verdun as week after week, month after month, the bloodbath continued. So this game, which just came out, is Verdun Steel Inferno. Fellowship Simulations, illustrated by Tardy, who I understand is a very famous illustrator in Europe. I don't know much about the man, but obviously I'll be looking that up. And then the game design, Walter Vejdowski, I think is the correct pronunciation, I hope. Okay, so you can see there the back of the box as well. So, as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman said, well, let's just see what's inside, shall we? Alright, so we have, this is a block game. We got black blocks. We've got blue blocks. It always makes me think of when I was in college. Used to play Risk with a group of guys, and one of the guys always said, every time people were like, what color do you want? He always said, give me one of the bruising colors. So, we'll see how that goes. Interesting. There seems to be some schmetzy on the end, maybe, with the blocks. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm trying to find one here. So let me just open this up real quick. Let's see what's... Whoa! The story here. There we go. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, it appears to be a little schmitzy there on the end. Huh. I wonder what that is. I don't know. I'll have to... Here's another one. Is that just part of the wood, maybe? That didn't get painted over? I don't know. We'll have to take a look. So, something to investigate right off the bat later on. Okay. We've got, of course, our dice. And we've got these round wooden pegs, which I admit I haven't read the rulebook yet, although I think it's online. I just haven't got around to it. Then we have some counters here. This one here is interesting because I was looking at somebody's brief review the other day, and they were saying about there's a possibility even of U.S. intervention in 1916. That's a interesting notion, but we do have those markers there, and we have the flip side. Okay, then of course we have the cards. Let's take a look at those, because as you all know, when it comes to cards, I'm a bit of a connoisseur, so to speak. Ooh, these I don't think you're going to be able to sleeve. That's a little disappointing. As I've gotten older here, one of the things I enjoy doing is sleeving cards, because it just makes it so much easier to get a hold of them and stuff and shuffle them, in my opinion, as I get older here. So, but let's take a look here. So the cards you can see are quite large. Okay, there. Alright, and this looks like the German deck, because it's gray, so I'm going to guess that. Here's some of the samples there. Barrages. Okay, nice illustrations. Here's another one. Here's a different one here. Another one. So the art definitely captures, I think, very well, the brutality of the First World War. I think part of the reason I don't really game World War I is this. World War I is one of the few military conflicts where I just think to myself, what were they thinking? You know? There is Falkenhayn, who of course put this whole thing in motion. So, and then there's some, interesting. So we got some illustrations, and then we've got some pictures too. Interesting. Offensive in Russia. Okay. And then, of course, some more illustrations. Sorry, I'm hoping I don't hold those too sideways too often there. So interesting, but they are very large. Just to give you an idea, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find a regular playing card here, because I did not expect this. To be honest, I was a little surprised because I was unboxing it because I wanted to show you guys at the same time I saw it. So here's, just to give you an idea of size. This is a game. This is standard size playing card from, gasp, a dungeon game that I play with my wife. But as you can see, whew, that here, we'll go ahead and zoom in here. As you can see, that is a little bit bigger, and that purple card is sleeved already too. So considerably taller. I don't think you're going to be able to sleeve these. Well, that's unfortunate. Huh. All right, still not a deal breaker, obviously. Let's take a look now at the French deck. See what we got there. Oh, see if I can get it open. I mean, I can say one thing anyway, at least for the cards, they're very well sealed. So, there's no chance of them getting out and such. Custom seems to handle my box pretty nicely too, because actually the box was in pretty good shape. So here's some more illustrations. Okay, barrage. Another one. I'm just kind of showing you some random ones here and stuff. But everything, you know, is nice and clear. I mean, I don't know what all these symbols mean yet, I admit. But as you can see, you know, it's very clear and very nicely done. So, very, very impressed with the quality of the cards already. So, very cool. Alright, so that's the cards. Now here's the rule book. Let's take a look here a little bit. Zoom in. Okay. Alright. Excellent picture there. Okay. Outline of all the playing pieces. Very cool. The blocks, the zones, the components. Okay. Status of zones, cards, type of cards. So this is definitely, as you can see from this illustration here, and we'll look at the map in a minute, but you can see this is definitely an area card. Sequence of play. 6 turns. Interesting. Huh. Month phase. Playing a barrage card. How to resolve that. Alright. Infantry assault declaration. Over the top. As the French, of course, proclaim, they shall not pass. Of course, my French is not. I took Spanish in high school, so. But I think they were called the police. See, it shouldn't sound like police, but the hairy ones. I recall it as the translation of it. Okay, so playing an event card, use of your action points, building a trench, strategic movement, tactical movement. Okay, I like it's nice and big. It's got some nice illustrations here, examples of play, very cool. Supply, onboard tracks, special rules, air superiority. Huh, something you don't usually think about with a World War I game, you know. And here's all the cards. Okay. For both sides. There's the Germans. To quote Blackadder, the Germans. Alright. Alright. Very cool. Ooh. That's a very haunting image on the back, ain't it, though? Well chosen, though. I will say that. Well chosen indeed. This is some nice artwork. Wow. Okay. Let's take a look at the playbook. So we got the playbook here. I believe it says on the outside of the box that there are 3 scenarios. Scenario number 1, the initial assault, February to April 1916. The French counteroffensive, September to December of 1916. And then the full campaign game, which runs February to November, December. So you can play one half of each side of the battle, or you can do the full campaign game. Interesting thing I just thought about. I really didn't realize it until just now, but there's no stickers for the blocks. Huh. Interesting. So the blocks are just that. They're just the blocks. Huh. I mean, unless, of course, I should maybe look and see, but I don't see any stickers. But doesn't look like down here they have any either here. Ah, full replay of April 1916. Very nice. You know, I've been thinking a lot about that lately. And I really think in this day and age, there's no reason not to have a full replay when you put out a book, okay? Which I guess one could argue makes videos like mine maybe a bit superfluous, but the counterpoint to that, I guess, is that, you know, it's nice to read the replay and take a look at it, but, you know, I just was looking at a video trying to decide about a game that Rondo, which Rado runs through, and you know, it helped me make a decision because I got to see the game in action. I wasn't sure when I read the reviews and looked at the comments, but when I actually got to see him play it, it did help me. So so again, that's why I do this. So hopefully it helps you too. And obviously I'll try to do a video of this for too long. So very nicely done. The player's notes. So game at start. Awesome. Very, very cool. And again, what great illustrations. I mean, just wow, the artwork alone. You know, every time I see stuff like this, it makes me think of that film. I think it's a French film, J'accuse, where all the dead rise up from the cemeteries, the war dead, and march on the cities of the world, basically saying, no, this shit's not going to fly again. You know, that kind of thing. So, very haunting film, by the way, if you've never seen that one. I think, again, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing things right. Okay, and then we got German events tables. So we're rolling, whoops, sorry. Let me zoom back out a little bit. German events tables there. French events tables. And then U.S. entry. Now this is interesting because, you know, normally you wouldn't think a game in 1916 would have the U.S. jumping in, but hey, I like it. You know, I'm always interested in games that, you know, push the boundary lines of things. So, but I guess boundary lines in terms of what if. I guess I should finish that thought. Sorry. It's been a long couple of weeks. It's just been a long couple of weeks. Let's just put it that way. I'll leave it go at that. And you got one for each player. So there we go. All right. Now, getting here to the end, let's take a look at the game board itself. It comes with a, prepare to applaud, mounted map board. Oui. Okay, let's see here. Oops, I feel like I'm missing a fold, and that's because I am. Okay. Alright, hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure how that was going to unfold. Wow, it's a long map board. Look at that. See if I can come back a little bit more. See, it barely fits in the screen. Wow. From one side to the other. Whoops, sorry, I have it upside down. My apologies. Let's turn it so that we can see it. Alright. Got spaces clearly marked with numbers. Very nice. Even the green ones here. Hold on. Let me zoom in on a section of the map board. I'll show you what I mean here. As you can see here in this sample, you know, the red ones stick out like a sore thumb. So these kind of whitish ones. But even the green ones, you can clearly read what those numbers are. So very cool. Very nice. Nice detail on the map. I like it. It is an area map. I've become more fond of area games recently, especially thanks to Venta Nuovo games, the Moscow, Kiev, and Leningrad 41. I really have enjoyed those. Looking forward to their Kickstarter here. Starts Monday, Black Swan, which is a strategic block game that develops for Europe in the Second World War. So definitely looking forward to that. So very, very nice mounted map board. But now, to finish this unboxing video, I have the piece de resistance. Because the other thing I've noticed as I get older is I like the neoprene mats. I do. I like how big they are. I like how you can fit stuff easier into spaces, especially playing block games. You know, now granted, these units don't seem to have any numbers on them, so I'll be curious to see how that's going to play out. But, you know, it's just, yeah, it's just, I like it so much better. And so here's the neoprene mat. And the neoprene mat, I'm as wide out as I can go, guys, and I can't fit it all. It stretches, oh, if I was guesstimating, I would say it's longer than the mounted mat board by a good 5 or 6 inches, I bet you, easily. Okay, and then here, what we'll do is real quick to kind of finish this video off, I'll just show you, so that way if you're thinking, is it worth it? Let's pull the neoprene mat down here a little bit, so bear with me. And let's take a look here. Okay, so we have spaces up here. We have space here we go. Here's space 1 and space 2. Let me see if I can pull the mounted map board a little bit. That's going to be hard to do. Okay, hang on. Oh, shoot. I almost knocked my supplies off. Okay, now that's a little closer. Okay, so here, let me come up here. And I'm going to move you guys over a little bit. Move y'all. You can see the green there. It's a little bit brighter. You know what? Actually, I'm going about this the wrong way. This is the wrong way to go about this. I should go about it the opposite direction. Because it'll be easier to zoom in for you guys to see. So I'm going to pull the outer mat board down. I hope. This neoprene is sticking to the mounted mat board really well. Here we go. Now, let's see if we can make this work. Okay, let me drop you all down. Okay, here we go. So, we have space 66 and space 66. So they both show up in the shot. Let me come out just a tiny bit to make sure they show up in the shot. There we go. Space 66. This one actually is a little bit duller. But again, just to give you an idea of what it looks like here. And there's a block in space 66 on the neoprene and on the mounted one there. Okay, so if you put, let's just say for argument's sake, let me stack this sucker with 4 each, blocks each, because that'll probably give you a better visual. There we go. So if you notice, now that probably shows up a little bit better. Okay, you can notice the amount of space you have here. There's clearly more. So, but the neoprene mat is very nicely done. I like it. I got neoprene mats for all my those games I mentioned just a little bit ago, including Stalingrad, Inferno, and the Volga, which I kind of lump in with those games from Venta Nuovo. So this is nice. I like this. This looks very interesting. I know that they have a beta test, I think, alpha, beta. I forget which phrase they're using. But they are working on a solo variant for this, too, at this point in time. There are no solo rules for this, but they are working on it, and I think they're throwing it open to people to test it. So, of course, you know, yours truly will do that because I'm primarily a solo wargamer. So, okay, so that gives you an idea of the neoprene map as far as the scale goes and stuff. And even, you know what, let me come over here and just show you the difference here with the tracks. Okay, you can see the difference in the tracks there. So, there. Also gives you an idea of the size differential there, especially if we do, let's say this, here on the 3 and here on the 3. Again, just to give you an idea, you know, what you're looking at there and stuff. So, honestly, I don't remember how much I paid for this, but I will say this is one of the quickest Kickstarters I think I've ever done. This thing was up earlier this year, April, March, and it's here already. And, you know, it's the end of June. So, and even with the COVID business, it's here. So, that is way cool. Alright, so let me zoom back out here. And again, you can kind of see here a shot of all the stuff that you get here with the game. Now, so again, the only two initial things that jump out at me are the size of the cards, because sleeving them is going to be almost impossible. And then I don't know why there's schmetzy on the end of some of my blocks. Again, maybe that's just rough wood that didn't get sanded off. I don't know. I will have to investigate and find out. So, we shall see here in the near future what's the story, Morning Glory. So, okay, so there you go. Give you an idea here of what's inside the box and whether the neoprene mat is for you or not. If you choose to pick up this new game, Verdun 1916 Steel Inferno, which is being marketed as a light war game, but very tense. So we'll see how that goes. And again, you know, I'll just do my usual solo method tries until the solo method becomes available, and I'll let y'all know what I think about the solo method that they're developing, as well as, you know, whether you can play it solo without that method. But again, I mean, the art is just, this is some of the best art I think I've ever seen in a game. I'm really impressed. I got to be honest about that. You know, sometimes a medium captures reality very well, and I think this art is just fantastic for capturing what must have been the absolute hellish nightmare of this battle. I tip my hat. This is really, really good. Not only to the artist himself, but to whoever had the brilliant idea to hire him to to do this. I think it's a he. I'm pretty sure it's a he. So, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so more than likely I'll be coming back to you with a playthrough of this at some point in time, because I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to pump the brakes on my Civil War for the time being as far as gaming goes, not reading, because I just started No Better Place to Die about the Stones River campaign, or Stones River battle at the end of 1862, beginning of 1863 in Tennessee recently. So, but this, I'm anxious to try this. So I'm definitely going to give this a whirl in the very near future. And once I get a few plays under my belt, I'll come back and give you what I think as far as how my typical solo methods work. And then, of course, I will check into the solo method being developed by the game company and give you my thoughts on that as well, too. So there you go. That's what's inside the box of Verdun 1916 Steel Inferno. This is Tim Korchnoi from Bare Bones Wargaming, as always, saying thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time from either the German headquarters saying basically we're going to try and kill as many of the enemies as we can, and also from the French headquarters saying they shall not pass, because of course they shall not, they cannot, for reasons we won't get into here. But if you study your history, you know, which most of you probably do. I mean, that's why you're watching this, right? Okay, enough said. So, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.